It's June 14th, 1:06 a.m., and it's time to catch up in the living room.
With Mikey and Jeremy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ketchup in the Living Room. My name is Jeremy.
My name is Mikey.
And, here we are.
Yet again in the living room.
Yet again on the couch. Every week, two best friends get together and they talk about whatever they fucking want.
Absolutely.
You know?
What's going on?
Just kind of a catch-all.
That's true.
I'm not wearing headphones for this YouTube slash podcast.
Right.
So
I
almost always wear headphones.
Should I tell you if you're yelling at me?
Yes.
You felt like you were yelling.
Well, I'm mad about it.
He's mad about it. He hasn't caught up in a while, and he just wants to.
Here's the headphones that I'm supposed to be wearing, but they're not good. Why they're good headphones, bro?
Oh,
it's
that's
ridiculous.
not a good look.
It's ridiculous.
So from now on, I'll be playing the character of headphone guy.
Mm-hmm.
And for the
I'm
listeners,
hair guy.
For listeners, everything's normal.
Totally, but you just got to go to this
listening.
YouTube video, check out my hair, and check out Mikey's headphones.
It really kills the hair.
You know?
Yeah, I got a look going too.
It's true.
Whatever this is.
Mm-hmm. We're making a go of it.
Yeah, so, man, we didn't do one last week. I can't keep track.
Yeah, we didn't.
All right, so we should have some stuff to get caught up on.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, how was this week?
It was good. I think this is the last full week of school. I'm a janitor. So.
Janitor, custodial warrior,
custodial, master of the custodial arts. You know. I met a new teacher today, was moving into one of the rooms.
Oh, a new
teacher? From a different room? No, she's not a new teacher.
Because I heard they fired a bunch of the teachers.
I can't attest to that.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't speak on it as a janitor.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like a bummer. It just popped up in my news feed. It was like, well, they got around to firing 30 of those people that work in the schools, teachers, all the helpful stuff. Janitors are helpful too, but that's
hopefully they don't fire any janitors.
Well, that's actually why I clicked on it. I was like, oh, this might hit home. Let me see what this is.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh.
Good. That's not good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I wish janitors were on there, but I was like, it was like a number of teachers, one of which it said was a former teacher of the year. So that just annoys me.
Dude, you got to be fucking teaching your ass off.
I haven't done my local researches, but it popped up and I read one article.
Wow.
So now I'm a master of it.
Yeah, you are. That's a great article. That sucks.
That does suck. But you met a teacher.
I met a teacher moving into one of the rooms that I cleaned, and she said the guy that cleaned the other room sucked.
Oh, no. Wait, damn.
Yeah, she was like, sometimes he doesn't take the trash out. I'm like, well, that's not going to happen here. I always clean the rooms because it's my job.
Yeah, and I mean, you can probably, somehow, if something else gets past you, taking the trash out won't be one of them.
Yes, exactly.
That's a main task.
That's the main thing.
And that's a wicked easy thing to be like, well, here I am doing my job, taking out this trash like I'm supposed to be. And you're like, there's like 4 pieces of trash in this. Got to get this trash out of here.
True.
This is important trash.
Yeah, got to get this out of here.
But I guess the other guy says, trash will be fine.
I was like, I didn't want to shit on him.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh well.
I bet switching classrooms is exciting.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of like when you first move into somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And which is only exciting once you really get all your shit in.
Yeah. Kind of sucks moving in.
I just flashed back to moving.
When we first moved in here and the electricity wasn't on yet.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a wild time. It was like, Merry Christmas, motherfuckers, get out.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, how long have we lived here? And in my head, I'm always like, I don't know, like 2 years. I'm like, I think
4 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yep. Time is a motherfucker.
Time is a motherfucker. So this new teacher, what do they teach? Are you in a specific?
Math.
Oh.
Well, I clean English and the math department.
Nice.
So
those were two of my favorite classes.
Oh, really?
I would say so.
They're the two main ones.
Yeah. I mean, math, sometimes it really depends who your teacher is.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed math. I had
Well, some people have a mind for it. Yeah. Some people completely zone out during math.
Totally.
Like, there are some people that, like, don't want to do math.
Yeah.
Can't do math, and I fall into that category.
Yeah, and I don't think those people should be blamed for not being able to do math. Their brain doesn't want to do math like that.
I'll tell you, my brain doesn't want to, like, I can't sit down and do math, but I can estimate quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't
Good
know
guesser.
I'm a good guesser.
You're more of a jelly beans in a jar kind of guy.
I have won the jelly beans in a jar thing.
Have you ever seen different countries the way they do multiplication? I've been seeing this new way that I
I can't. I don't like how there's like, check out this new kind of math, and I'm like, oh, that's not the kind of math I learned.
There was one where
but
it was all a system of like the numbers you make straight lines, and then using another number, you go the other number, like you do cross lines, and then they count all the intersections. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
I mean, math is cool. Like the math lore is deep.
Right. And the math makes such absolute sense that if everyone knows a different way to get there, it is always going to be the same place they get to.
And
That's
it
what
is
makes
like
it
the
math.
language of the universe and nature.
Right. If there was
So
going to
if you
be
could decode it, you'd probably be doing it with math.
yeah. If there's going to be some aliens out there, you bet their ass they're doing math.
But that's just not how my brain was wired. But I can guess the jelly beans.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think I could make a really realistic, what I think is a good estimate, but I would be waylaid by some other thoughts that distract me, and then I'd go too big or too small on the jelly beans.
I'll tell you.
But given crunching the numbers, I can get there.
I know that it's not a skill, but it did happen once.
It used to be pretty.
Where I guessed the jelly beans, and the way I did it is I thought I just cleared my mind, and I was like, the first number that comes to my head is what it's going to be, and it was.
Nice. Do you remember the number?
It was like 2,372.
Wow,
or something.
4 dig.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
So
what did you get? Jelly beans?
The jelly beans.
That's it?
The big jar with the jelly beans in them.
And so you put stuff in the jar
I
after?
put like change in the jar later.
Did.
Yeah.
I bet you did.
I don't know what happened to that change jar. That was a hell of a change jar.
Real tall.
It's nice.
Yeah, I remember we had a big ass fucking pickle jar, dude.
Actually, now remembering, I guessed the jelly beans twice.
Oh, he's a
once
double
when
jelly.
I was a kid, once when I was an adult.
But
so
you
that's a lot of concrete evidence.
Yeah. Maybe if you went back in time, you could have been some sort of carnival worker, and you could use that skill to either hustle carnies. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be good.
Guessing people's weight, you could be that guy.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that one's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't want to do
I'd
that.
be like, oh, how much do you need? 2,000 pounds, fatty. You'd have to just bust balls and not really guess. I'm more of a clown disguised as the other.
You're actually in a dunk tank and you're guessing their weight?
Yeah. Dude, dunk tanks looks like a blast.
Yeah. No, it's fun, right?
Like
until like the 7th time you're getting knocked down.
Yeah. If you have to wear like not swimming clothes in there, that's not ideal.
Yeah.
If somehow.
But that's funnier.
Yeah.
Might be worth a little more money.
Right. Earlier on in the episode, you were on a date, so you have like a nice suit on, but a series of events has led you to be inside this fucking.
Well, is this a sitcom?
Yeah, it is a sitcom. It's a Dawson's Creek in my head, and then Pacey's in the thing, and
Dawson's throwing the balls.
Ooh,
but they
I like
have
that.
tension otherwise,
Oh,
so it's
my
like
God.
playing out in this like, weird.
And then Pacey taunts him because he's like, Dawson can't throw a baseball.
Oh, you would say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Dunk me? And then Joey grabs it and hovering, fucking knocks that thing in. Makes Dawson look like a low.
We should
bitch.
write a Dawson's Creek spec script.
Yeah,
I think we could do good.
I'll tell you what. I don't want to wait. Let's do it now.
Let's do it.
No,
right now.
I do want to wait. I do want to wait. Slings and arrows.
It's the alternate.
Yeah,
song.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Got to go double deep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just gets too expensive.
Well, I think that the lady who sung the Dawson's Creek theme song was like, I don't want my legacy to be Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, totally.
But eventually, like, I think her influence faded so much that she was like, I would love it if my legacy could be Dawson's Creek. Please.
Yeah. What did I hear someone talking about relicensing fees on? Oh, the fucking Pod Meets World. This is Pod Meets World meets Pod.
Oh, yeah. What were they saying?
They were talking about how, you use a song, and then later when you want it to be on a streaming service, then they're like, well, you're going to have to pay us again for all the times that song appears. And then all of a sudden there's no fucking classic rock on Netflix for Supernatural.
Yes.
And it's a bunch of jabroni music.
Totally. And they said they changed all the songs to the Wonder Years.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
That must have been hard. Yeah.
Pretty pivotal to the plot. I mean, it's kind of the whole vibe.
Probably bangers after
Did
bangers.
Did they change the theme song?
Changing the theme song is bold. It was pretty distracting on Dawson's Creek.
It really was until like 17 episodes and then.
But then you're
yes,
jamming
I fucking
out.
love
Dude.
this new one.
Yeah, it's the same thing that happens to me with the Enterprise theme, where you're like, "This is the worst theme I've ever heard." Until you're like 9 in, and you're like, "It's been a long time."
Yep,
you're just going in.
The fucking shitty part is then in season like 4, right as it's ending, they change it again, where it's like even more up tempo.
Oh, faster.
Yeah, it's like faster, and it's like also the show has gotten way more gritty and violent by that point. So it's like kind of a cheerier version of the theme.
But everything's
the
a bummer.
context of the show is such a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dark.
It's like a post 9/11 kind of vibe.
Yep, big time. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. How the fuck did we get there, bro?
I don't know, man. We were smoking some weed earlier.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this. We got a good deal at the weed store.
Oops, it's all berries, motherfucker.
It was like, oh, there's a quarter for $20. I'm like, that's a pretty good price.
That's
it's
crazy.
Like, but somebody found some seeds in this type of weed.
You're like, we can't possibly retail this for the proper price. So we got a sweet sale.
A sweet sale. It was awesome.
Yeah,
love
sales are the best.
Yeah,
it's so funny that we live in a world where that can happen.
Where the weed goes on sale?
Yeah,
because they're like, oh, there was a seed in it. So sorry.
You're like, God.
You're like, oh, fuck, man.
Like, this is seeds. This is spoiled.
And I don't even think there are any seeds in it.
I think there's a possibility there could be.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Every once in a while, you'll
like a couple people must have come back to the dispensary and be like, come on, dude, there were seeds in this, man.
Wow, can you imagine if you did that?
No, I'm not that kind of dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We will go to a store, the transaction will go poorly for us, and then just leave and then never go back. I think there's some people like that, and that's, you just accept the loss.
Yeah, don't want to be rude about it.
Yeah, so they don't.
Actually, the guy in the dispensary was super cool this time.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. You asked me if I wanted to sign up for the point system. I was like, I'm already signed up for the point system.
Hey, brother, this ain't my first rodeo.
I was like, but I can't really use it because I usually buy a discounted item or two, and I can't use the discount.
What did he say to that?
Discount. He said, well, if you come into the store and then place your order, you can use the promo code. Even if you have a discounted item on your cart,
it's just from doing the order
it just won't
online?
be applied to that item. It's just you can't do it online.
Mm.
I said, okay, maybe I will do that, but there's a lot of pressure to go up to the bud tender and like start listing off all the shit you want. Even though they do have a computer right in front of them.
Yep. But
and you could have it right on your phone.
But you know what would probably feel pretty cool if did have it locked and loaded. You're like, all right, let's see. Or you're like even that casual. Can you imagine being like, all right, I'm not even sure what I'm getting.
I know.
Some people do that.
No, I've been behind people in line to do that, and it's like, this is awkward.
These people are getting into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for something that'll, I don't know, make
I'm
me
gonna be doing some painting later.
Yeah. I want to feel slightly elated, but also a little optimistic.
Yeah.
No, notes of elation for sure.
Euphoria,
that's what it is.
Euphoria, please.
Elation, I guess. Euphoria, is that above elation?
Yeah, I think it's a little more spacey. Like you feel so good, but you're not even sure what your body is anymore.
Almost ethereal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or Zendaya's in it.
Right, yeah. Yep. So watch out, Spider-Man will get you too.
Spider-Man's wife. I'm not gonna.
They're powerful to both of them.
They are. Good for them.
That one lady she was in the Dunes too. Man, I couldn't get through the Dune.
It sucked.
It didn't suck. That's
Boring.
the thing. Yeah,
not your thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch old Dune when I was a little kid. I didn't see it till later, so I don't have nostalgia. I don't have.
And
Dune
you never
nostalgia.
read the book?
No.
The only thing I know about Dune is it's a funny reference of some boring ass sci-fi.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, and deserts are huge in sci-fi. The two,
it's inevitable.
I guess it's a sweet biome.
Maybe it's
giant
a good
worms,
biome.
Yeah.
I mean,
as far as giant worms being around, I would always side on them. I was like, I'm more Beetlejuice guy.
Yeah, definitely. Beetlejuice is way better.
I like those worms.
I do too.
Yeah, Dune's stinks, dude.
Or the Tremors.
Although I watched all of Dune 1 and it was good. Where are the Tremors?
Where's the Tremors reboot?
Yeah, man. There should be a series or something.
Well, there was on Sci-Fi for years. It's kind of like Stargate, where I think they did it for so long, it did it so many times that they're kind of hesitant to start it again.
There was a Tremors series?
Yeah.
On TV?
Yes, on Sci-Fi Network. And Bert
was
on
it with Bert? Okay.
Yeah, the whole time.
So Bert did all that.
And then even the movies that were
Return to Tombstone or whatever.
Those were spin-offs of the show, basically.
Right, where he played different versions of himself.
Yeah, like his grandfather and stuff.
Yeah. Which, But, let's do that thing where we're
it was super low budge.
Nothing after Tremors 2 counts. Let's do one of those.
So you keep an Ass Blasters canon?
I love Tremors 2. I prefer, Tremors 1 is so classic.
No, Tremors 1 is so classic.
But I loved, because I I don't know.
You could do Tremors 1 with all new characters, but the same story. I hate that.
Dude, we have an opportunity to
Are you doing a sequel? We're getting Kevin Bacon?
Dude, I watched a trailer for a show that Kevin Bacon's doing, and it looked like, you know the movie BPRI? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Where they're like ghosts, but they're cops. Yeah, it's like Men in Black, but for ghosts.
Yeah, I saw he is doing a show that's like that.
Okay.
Where he plays some sort of law enforcement officer for the devil who has to, like, get demons and send them back to hell.
I feel like we wrote this when we were 14.
Yeah, dude, and it looks tacky. And I'm like, okay, Kev, we could be doing a really nice Tremors TV series with you.
Yeah.
And it would be a million times better than this.
Yeah. Return to, what's that called?
Perfection.
Return to Perfection?
That's
a Tremors story?
I think that's one of the movies.
Okay. Well, we'll workshop it.
Yeah.
Tremors.
But that's better than fucking Spooky Ghost Cop.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love Spooky Ghost Cop.
Well, sure, if you're going to fucking try.
Did they write Dry Mouth on the website for this fucking brand?
I don't know. We should review it. We should. And what strain are we smoking?
I poured the biggest cup of
MG1.
water I could find.
Yeah, that's a great cup, dude.
It's a great cup.
You know.
Can you see it?
Scream, yeah. Do you think the popcorn buckets are getting a little out of control? Yeah, they are. I'm calling it.
In the modern day economy, it's pretty crazy that, I mean, I think
I get that it's a kitschy, fun thing that they're doing for every movie.
Yeah. If we were all rolling in dough,
yeah,
I guess.
Like the
I like the Galactus one. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's $80.
I have seen one.
Only the biggest fans, I guess, will be buying that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like.
But like a nice humble plastic cup that says Superman the movie on it.
That's all I want.
That's all I want.
But if
I don't even need a popcorn thing that, I want the paper one.
You don't need one that turns into fucking Bizarro and lives with you for 6 months or whatever, and it costs $7,000.
No, I don't think so.
If I accidentally ended up with the cup that has the cape, I wouldn't be super mad at that.
I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some aspect of it is cool, but to pay like too much extra money, even like $5 to $10, I could say, that might be worth it.
That's not even close
for a cool keepsake.
Yeah, it's like $42 for like.
But if I'm like, can I have a large Coke? And they're like, do you want the special cup? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, all right, $50. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But again, I do regret not getting the glass McDonald's Batman Forever cups.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I had one, and I wish
fucking 30 years ago, and I still regret not getting them.
Yeah, I got mine at the duck race at Fulton Pond, I think is what it was called.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They had every year in the center of Mansfield where I grew up, they had like a pond and like a riverway, and they would take all these little rubber ducks, and you would buy numbers.
I remember hearing about this and being so jealous.
Yeah, and you would buy numbers, and then they would drop all the ducks into the water, and they'd get caught in like the current of the river, and then you could follow them. There was a walking path to follow the trail. So
and it was like gambling?
It was like watching a and it was like a raffle thing. Yeah. Also, you could buy a certain amount of ducks. I don't know what the money went to, actually, now that I think about it. But one year, all the rewards were Batman Forever swag.
Wow.
And I got the cup was one of them. It was like when that was happening. So in reality, it was just like bonus McDonald's junk. So McDonald's might have actually even been sponsoring the event because there was a local McDonald's in the town.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were offloading the cups that nobody bought?
Yeah, and then my duck fucking quack motherfucker
what did you do?
Big.
You cheated or something?
No, I
followed
him. I followed him on the river and sent him macho vibes, and he fucking crushed it.
Awesome.
I was really young. I don't know what happened. All I know is that I won.
You got the fucking cups.
That I got the cup.
Wow. Which one? Riddler?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep. It was. Yeah, I remember the Riddly-tastic handle. Oh yeah, and I have so many memories. I have a photograph in my memory warehouse of my arm reaching out to grab it off the middle cabinet in the pantry of my kitchen.
I remember being over your house and being like, damn, I wish you had two of those.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have given you one if I had another one.
Yep.
I do have some cool Lord of the Rings collector's goblets.
Yes.
Got like four
those
of those.
Those are cool. They light up.
They do light up, which is insane.
When I was a kid, we didn't have those. We had a Batman Taco Bell plastic cup.
Yeah, that's awesome.
From when we went to see the Batman movie.
Yep.
We had the Welch's grape jelly jars that are like Flintstones cups.
Ooh,
that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we had a couple
remember,
Bugs Bunnies.
Yeah. Oh, I think you did. I feel like we didn't have any.
We're a
Bugs
Looney
Bunnies.
Tunes family.
Yeah, I had some tests.
Some people are Disney people. We're Looney Tunes.
Yeah. My mom had a glass cup that had Winnie the Pooh on it, I believe.
Oh,
and like
painted,
and like he was like
following
the balloons.
He had a balloon.
Yeah, he had balloons. Yes,
I
exactly.
fucking remember that.
It's a beautiful cup.
Yeah, all-time great.
An all-time great. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Old cups, man. Old cups, dude. Memories, man. To stroll down memory lane. This is the right place.
This background's amazing.
Very chill.
Very
dude.
cool.
Very chill. Oh, man. What have we been getting up to entertainment-wise? You been reading any books, dude? You know how you're always reading books. Just kidding, guys.
I'm an avid reader. I've been playing a video game.
You have.
I was searching for...
Nerd alert, guys.
Nerd alert, guys. I'm sorry. That was the nerd alert.
Nerd alert. Did you hear it? It went by.
I have been searching for a
turn-based,
RPG, a turn-based,
tactical turn-based RPG.
Not yes, kind of, yes, but I couldn't really find one, so I settled for a
old school
JRPG with turn-based combat.
That's for a Japanese role-playing game.
Yep, it's a specific aspect of a role-playing game. You know what I mean? It's a specific genre.
Yeah.
So I ended up looking around, searching through different videos, telling me which game. So anyway, I ended up on a game called Octopath Traveler 2. Yeah. Cool name? I think so. Very turn-based. Very much
turn-based.
like Final Fantasy, like the ones before they got crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
But the graphics are
like
really cool.
right in the middle before they got crazy.
Yeah, the graphics are like, the environments are like 3D looking.
They look like cutout pieces of paper almost.
Yeah, like Paper Mario almost.
Paper Mario kind of.
Yeah, and it's like they move around and it looks like a diorama sometimes.
It does look like a diorama.
Very cool looking.
At its finest, it looks like a diorama.
Yeah.
This photograph behind us is inspired by that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really fun. The combat's fun. There's 8 characters. You pick one to start, and you kind of play their story, and then you keep meeting different people, and then you go back in time and like play their origin.
Yeah, I watched you play a little bit. I watched you play as some sort of priest guy.
Yeah, that's the character I started with.
And then
because I foolishly thought, well, that guy has a sword.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Turns
at least that will be good.
Bit of a lameosaurus. Actually,
he was quite lame,
powers,
but he's very powerful.
Yeah. He's like a wizard of God.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but then the second guy was a bad boy.
Yeah, then then I got like a badass wizard guy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, he's like starts in a prison and you play like as him in prison, and it's like you're trying to do your escape plan, but the days keep ending, and you're like, fuck. So you end up serving like a sentence, kind of.
Yeah, that's crazy when a decent period of time passes in a video game, but being sent to jail. Yeah, that's as classic as it gets.
Yeah, very awesome.
Yeah, I was just playing Oblivion. You start in jail in that son of a bitch.
Yeah, totally. It's a classic RPG trope.
Yep.
But yeah, and they all have different powers. You can, grind and level up.
Are they mostly wizards and stuff? Or some of them are melee guys? Oh, yeah,
some of them are melee guys. Yeah. I got what's a apothecary lady or something like that.
Oh,
like you can mix potions.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, and like even in combat, like she has a special ability that lets you mix potions.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a cool character.
It is. Yeah, and they all have like unique things like that.
And
like
how many?
Each character has at least one unique mechanic, and some of them have 2.
Right.
So
how many guys can you bring with you at once?
4.
Half the Octos.
Yeah.
A quattropath.
Yeah. So, for instance, I got a 5th person, and I had to leave someone at a tavern. But you can go to the tavern and switch them out when you want.
Perhaps combat requires their powers.
Yeah.
Who did you leave behind? Fess up. Who didn't cut the musties?
I don't really know all their names because, I watch most of the cutscenes, but usually about 80% into the long cutscene. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I'm on my way into the kitchen, and I'm like, you will not stop us now. Like things like that.
Yes. Like the stories for each character are cool, but sometimes the cutscene does go on a little long, and I'm like, hold me.
But the voice acting is really good.
It is, yeah.
Like when the one wizard
but it's
guy...
like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm going to fight that thing, but we're going back and forth 15 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, and the combat's really fun. I find it satisfying, so I kind of want to get to it.
Yes. You're like, all right, enough of this, dude. I want to do some, what do you call it when you supercharge it?
Boost.
Yeah, you're like, I want to hit some boost. I want to do a double boost into a latent energy.
Yeah, each turn you can use a boost to, make any of your attacks better. And then if you save them up, you can do like 4 boosts at once and fucking obliterate them.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's nasty. Yeah. But like, is there a guy who just has a sword? Like a warrior or a knight?
I haven't gotten all the characters yet.
No doubt.
And there are guys that you can recruit that, like, certain characters have powers that they can recruit other guys as summons, like the priest, and it's like, he's your follower. Or like this chick who's
because of God?
Yeah, because of God.
Nice move.
Or like this one chick who's really hot. She can just get guys to do whatever she wants.
Can you help?
Yeah.
They're like,
can you come to battle with me?
Yeah.
And so those guys are sometimes just like a guy with a sword.
That's cool.
Or a guy with wind powers.
Whoa, wind powers.
And one of the other characters, she's like a hunter. She can like trap creatures you're fighting.
Critters.
Like if they're weak, you trap them and then she can summon them in battle. So you could have her have like one of every damage type. Kind of, I guess, like Pokemon, so that whatever
the weaknesses of your enemies are.
Yeah, which are revealed throughout combat too. And some abilities reveal those, and sometimes you just try it and
Nerdalicious, dude.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
I wish I could play more than like an hour at a time, but it's like, after I get home from work and we fucking eat dinner or whatever, we maybe do a podcast.
Yep.
And then I'm like, maybe I can squeeze in some Octopath Traveler.
And you're trying your best. Yeah, 2. That's important.
Yeah.
You're trying your best to like give the cutscenes a chance and listen to them. So then you're like, damn, dude, I only have so much time.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
And last night I'm like, I kept being like, all right, I finished the story. Now we're all together. What am I doing again?
Right.
And then I'm like, last night I'm like, oh, you can look at the map and figure out where to go.
How many Octos you got?
5.
All right.
So I just by bumble fucking around, I got, I think, 5 characters.
That's fun though.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's more than half.
And I think I haven't done any of this. I've gotten side quests, but I can't figure out how to do them. I just keep meeting new guys, so I'm like, I guess I'll figure that out later or something.
Maybe it's a do the side quest later kind of thing.
Yeah.
Go back and do it.
I haven't gotten into a game in a while, so it's been fun.
Yeah.
And turn-based combat is very chill, but also like satisfying and like kind of mentally, it's a fun little puzzle sometimes.
Yeah, to like coordinate, like I gotta use this guy to heal so this guy can use his attack that I know that guy is vulnerable to.
Exactly.
And I better hit him before it's his turn or he's gonna fuck me up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool. It's very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty game to look at. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out which game to get into. I've been bouncing all around on the Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. And?
Well, I was like, maybe I'm gonna rock some Oblivion. So I did that for a while, and I don't know. I'm like, I just don't know if I was having fun. I played all the beginning stuff, and then I was like, I just don't know if I want this to be the game that I would commit the time to.
Right,
like,
totally.
Is the payoff worth it? I'm like, I don't know.
This game will require a lot of time.
So much time.
Yeah.
If I want to get what I want to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I could just play fucking... It makes me miss Skyrim a little bit,
But if you play enough Oblivion, you will hit that part where you hit in Skyrim that you always remember so fondly, You just got to invest in it.
Yeah, but it's not the same. The system isn't the same because Skyrim doesn't scale to your difficulty.
Oh, okay.
So Skyrim has an element where you can level your guy up a bunch and be super badass, and you can kick something's ass. Like a dragon comes down.
I didn't realize that.
But that's the whole thing about Oblivion is that it scales. That's why they're like, make sure you do this mission before you're level 10 or it's going to be way harder because it changes what kind of...
I did not realize.
Yeah, it changes. So it's like every time I spend the time to level up and feel like I'm badass.
The bad guys get harder?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And if you level up, like say you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking do a bunch of potions to level up. All right, well, you're level 8. You have level 8 bad guys. Your only ability that is high is your potions. All your fighting skills are low because you spammed to level up. So it's like you have to make sure to keep it even.
Weird.
And I'm like, maybe I would...
That sounds annoying.
Maybe I would just rather play Skyrim again.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, no, that's not it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, then I dipped my toe back into a little State of Decay, but I was like, it's still pretty fresh. I've still played that pretty recently. And so then I noticed the Ark on there. Ark Survival Evolved.
Yep. Dinosaurs.
Yeah, the updated version on the Xbox Series X.
Unreal 5.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Let me try that out. And then I played it, and, I wasn't sure about it, and then we were hanging out, and we tossed it on, and I played a bunch of it, and then I think it hooked me.
Yeah.
Because now I keep thinking about, like, oh, yeah, and then I got...
Gotta go in there and fucking evolve so I can make a cannon.
Dude, you gotta see I'm like, and it gives me that, that feeling of like, dude, you gotta see my base.
Yeah.
That's a fucking, it's
Last I saw, you were napping on a rock near some fucking Triceratopses.
Dude, I got dinos, bro.
You have dinos now?
So there's a new system, the baby system of dinosaurs. This is gonna be fucked up.
There were some very cute dinosaurs.
Yeah, very fucked up, but very cute.
Why? What are you gonna say?
So there's a thing now where if there's a dinosaur with their baby, if something were to happen to the parent dinosaur, the other dinosaur...
Bad things happen to dinosaurs every day.
Man, it's kind of the name of the game. Then if you go up to them and you just hit Y, then they imprint on you. So
like how I almost made friends with that squirrel. That squirrel's parents definitely died.
Yep.
And I look like a giant squirrel daddy.
Yeah. But it's like in my situation, it would be if you fucking had a large spear and you killed that squirrel's parents.
I would never.
And then used its hide to make armor and then made its child carry stuff around for you.
And you ride it when it grows up?
I do have one that I ride. I got a rideable dino.
What kind?
A parasaur. You know the ones with the Elvis. The guy with that's what they call him in Lost World.
Oh yeah, Elvis. Yep, yeah. Totally.
The one with the pompadour.
Yeah.
That's what I named him too.
I like it.
Yeah. I got him. I got a Dilophosaurus. Because a Dilophosaurus started attacking me, and
that's a spitting dinosaur from Jurassic Park,
and I killed it.
There's no scientific evidence to back that up.
It's insane. Yeah, I killed it, and then I realized I was like, "What is this tiny dinosaur?" And it was its child, and I was like, "Bro, you're in, bro." Dennis Nedry, Jurassic Park.
Very good.
Yep. And then I got one of those ones. There's a dinosaur in Ark that he looks like a little fat chicken rat thing, and he runs up to you. And he takes your shit.
Yes.
And then he'll hold it in your hand.
Yeah.
I got one of those.
And does he steal shit for you?
He tries.
Really?
A thing will pop up and it says no pickpocket because the dinosaur doesn't have anything on him. But if it did have an item on it for some reason, he would take it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So they hang out outside my base, which is awesome. You're going to have to check it. I'm going to have to show it to you, bro. It's like a childlike wonder. You're like, dude, look at what I did with my Legos,
we
bro.
should do a Cribs sometime.
Yeah. That's true. Oh, that's funny, dude. Yeah. Ark is a cool game.
It's very cool.
Yeah. I got I'm super close to getting sword.
Sword rules.
I have metal spear.
No, metal spear's sick, dude.
Yeah,
I killed many a Titanoboa with metal spear.
And I got scythe.
Oh, yeah.
So that I can get all my fiber.
You got to collect a lot of stuff.
You do, yeah. And I made another boat, obviously. Dude, my house is on a rock. It, curves around the rock and then has a dock that goes out, and you can get right on the boat. It's pretty nice.
Pretty tight, dude. Sounds tight.
But, now I'm running on 3 hours of sleep because I got fucking hit by the bug.
Yeah, I did stay up too late one day playing video games. Yeah, I regretted it.
You seemed tired. You're like, all right, let's do Smallville. Here we go. We're going to do Smallville. I'm like, bro, I don't think we should do this. Smallville, bro. I don't.
Yeah, that was funny.
That'll get you. That's old school. Playing too many video games.
Burning the candle at both ends.
That's right. But the ketchup had to be had.
Ketchup.
There's things that needed to be talked about.
Absolutely.
One thing that we did watch in the time between was Tires Season 2. Should we talk about that?
I would love to talk about that, dude.
Here we go. This is a scene from Tires Season 2. This is a pretty outrageous one.
Yep.
Shane Gillis.
So we're big Shane Gillis fans.
Dude, I'm a huge Shane Gillis fan.
Yep. We saw his stand-up. Thought that was pretty funny. We're pretty much somewhat in the target audience,
Yep.
It's just dude humor.
It's just dude, yeah.
But kind of with a more clever hook than usual.
Yeah, and it's almost like, if someone saw us and we were like, yeah, we're into Shane Gillis, they'd be like, oh, yeah? No shit. We're right in the wheelhouse,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is his show, and it's filled with other comedians of that ilk. including Stavros Halkias.
Yep. Stavi's on there. Steve
Gerben.
Steve Gerben. What's O'Connor's name?
Chris
O'Connor.
Yeah.
Yep. Tommy Pope. What's the other Italian brother's name?
I don't know.
That guy's got a really good...
I don't know them all.
Yeah, I don't know all the comedians' names off the top of my head. Andrew Schultz?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. I was going to say, you know the guy with the fucking really sharp haircut?
Yeah, it's very sharp.
Really well
Literally
kept
sharp.
eyebrows?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pointy. Like, he looks like a Batman the Animated Series bad guy.
Yes.
Like how pointy all
I
his
would like to
features
see
are.
Batman kick that guy in the face.
I think that guy could do some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like his other shit.
I don't think I like him.
Yeah.
But he's good in this.
It's weird because I feel differently about a lot of those. I don't know what you call this group of fellows that I clump together, but I guess it's just that current.
They're the podcast comedians.
Yeah, I guess.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, you're right. I guess that is what it is.
I listen to Stavros' podcast all the time. It's pretty awesome. Like, people call in and ask him ridiculous, like, it's kind of like sex questions or relationship questions, and he just answers them. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't get all the way through the first one because I wasn't sure how I felt about that part. And that was with the one with Dan Soder. Yeah,
at the end of the day, that's the best part of the podcast.
Interesting.
Yeah, everything, anybody can do an interview. I mean, it's funny, but like the questions, it's just like it spurns so much conversation.
Yeah.
And, you learn a lot about everyone, whoever's the guest, and Stavros himself. You learn about their personal lives because they relate and like they tell stories.
I mean, I could listen to Stavros talk about anything too. Yeah. It's just fun to listen to. It's
and
weird.
He's great on this show.
Yes, he's very good on this show. They all, amongst that crew of people, there's like certain guys, and I'm like, well, I like you on your podcast, but I don't necessarily like your comedy. Or I don't know if there's a version where I like your comedy, but I don't like you as a person. I don't know which person would fit that bill.
Yeah.
But, and just different aspect. And then, or I just like you.
I feel like if I don't like you as a person,
that's hard.
Then I'm not going to think you're funny.
Fair enough. Because you kind of need, and you need to be open in your heart.
That's kind of why I like Shane. Like, he's, even though he is kind of, in some ways, a Trump guy.
Right.
Like, he also sees,
he walks the line perfectly.
Yeah, he walks the line
perfectly.
Exactly. Where you're like, he sees both sides of it. Yeah. He's poking fun at both sides of it.
And he's aware, and he's aware of the fact that he does have to walk that. It's like Shane knows exactly what he's doing.
Exactly. So it's like,
yeah, and Stavi's just a kind of a force of nature.
Yeah, Stavi's the best.
Yeah, Stavi is great. Yeah. I'm really into fucking O'Connor's right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just found out that guy's a cooking channel, and I've got into that a little bit.
Interesting.
And I'm gonna try to check out his podcast. Stuff Island, I believe.
Yeah.
Because and
you saw him first on Tires, right?
Tires, yeah. And then once I started listening to Matt and Shane's Secret podcast, that's when I heard him on their podcast, and I was like, oh, I really like that guy. And same thing with Tommy Pope.
Yeah,
that guy, who's the other dude that does the cooking channel.
Interesting.
So, but there's a lot of content being made by those fellows.
Yes, and the show unto itself, regardless of all that, is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, and there's also...
And it feels good. Yeah. It's like a classic sitcom in a lot of ways.
The quality of it, which I had no problem with the quality first season. It was very much... It was just part of the show.
Yeah.
But they just went above and beyond for this next season. Everything's super crispy. There's like crazy guest stars that all integrate perfectly into the season.
Yep.
Yeah, they just kicked it up a notch.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is kind of what they probably wanted to do the whole time.
Yeah, if they had
you could tell the first season is like a pilot.
Yeah, like he paid for it, right, and then sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time, someone else gave him money to do it,
and the quality of the writing got better. The stories got a little more intricate. They had more episodes to like tell to like do arcs.
I feel like the epicness of the story matches the upgrade of the quality of the show too. Like it all went up together. The stakes just keep getting higher.
It's true. And sometimes they're subverting the tropes, and sometimes they're kind of just going with what you kind of expect to happen on a show.
My favorite thing about this is all the heart that it has.
Yeah.
The amount of heart in this is incredible. And it's so funny, if you're a fan of Shane and you listen to his podcast and you listen to the kind of stuff he busts balls about, all the stuff he would bust balls about, that he'd be like, oh, that's good, dude. Like, that's what he would say.
Yeah, that's what Shane says about everything.
Yeah. Like, he makes fun of that, but that's the thing that he must like the story he wants to tell because that's the story that is on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fucking. It's very nice. I could see him busting balls about a show that's about that, but him.
Well, I've listened to a podcast, and I remember him and Matt, talking shit on The Office a little bit at one point. I'm like, I don't know why you guys wouldn't like The Office.
Yeah.
But I think they just kind of were. They kind of went back on it, but they were because it's so popular. It's ubiquitous, so they don't.
That's happened to me a bunch of times.
Yeah. But this show is a lot like The fucking Office.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
Like, if this got 9 seasons, it would be like, oh, this is the sitcom of this era.
It feels like it's built for success.
It
like,
does.
It was
just
it was such a strong story, and and
it's like the thing happens at the end of season 1 where they're like, oh, we're gonna fucking step it up a notch.
Yeah.
And then it kind of falls apart. But then the thing happens at the end of season 2 where they're like, here we go, we're gonna step it up a notch this time. We're really trying now. And it's like a story about, on some level, Shane finding his motivation. Like the character, Shane.
Yeah.
You know,
Shane
it's like
Shane.
he's kind of a schlub, and they're like, "Oh, you should try better," and he's like, "I don't know."
He just wants to keep everything the way it is.
Yeah,
and not really rock the boat, and
Yeah.
just maintain.
Yeah,
like make enough money, and then not like have to have more responsibilities.
Yeah,
just do the same thing he wants to do. But then but everyone else is like, dude, you're like pretty good at stuff. You sure you don't want to fucking do a little more? And he keeps being like, hey man, fucking stop telling me to do more.
Yeah.
And then maybe he finds out he wants to do more.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, he dresses like George Washington, and he also adopts a turtle that he finds.
That is true.
That happens in that.
Yep.
I would say there's tons of fucking, I don't know where this dude's tapped in with all the performers, whoever is casting it. Because there's so many people I've never seen that appear on this season alongside all the celebrities.
Yeah.
That do awesome.
Yeah.
Like his love interest is awesome.
It's true.
Stavi's character's wife is awesome.
Yep.
Oh, and what's the Kyla? Is that her name?
Kyla.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kyla really shines. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Kyla.
Yeah, she shines this season.
Yes, I agree.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It was a masterpiece. I couldn't have loved it more.
Wow.
Yeah. I would
High
give
praise.
it 10 out of 10.
Holy
and my
shit.
expectations were, and it's funny because the show knew. You know, because they are even dealing with like at the beginning of the show, they're like, well, the shop's doing really good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You know
it is
I mean?
like a whole meta commentary on the show itself.
The show
I
itself.
think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, 1 million seasons or as many seasons as you guys want to do.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's going to grow every season, or the continuity will be richer.
Yeah. What did you think about the guest stars?
Great. Thomas Hayden Church.
Yep, THC
Amazing.
baby.
He plays Phil.
Yep,
Shane's dad. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying I feel like he was, if they had the budget in the first season, he would have been like the original owner of the shop instead of having him come in and take over.
Yeah.
It seems like, the like Will's dad on the show was kind of undercast initially.
Yeah, I think
Like,
you had said that would be Will's dad.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Lovitz.
Oh, I was like, I know there's one more.
If you can get Lovitz, get Lovitz.
Yeah.
You know?
Lovitz did great.
Yeah, it was funny.
And Vince Vaughn
Vince Vaughn.
absolutely. It's
Yes.
like you cast a summons spell to get like level 10 fucking Vince Vaughn.
Definitely.
Like you just want him to nail doing the Vince Vaughn thing.
Yeah.
But like on the side that you're rooting for, and you just and he fucking just comes in like a whirlwind and leaves. He's like a mysterious stranger.
Yeah, it's great.
He's almost like magical.
It's true.
A muse for Shane's character.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. It was good, man. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Do we want to check out some trailers, dude?
Yeah, dude. Let's watch some freaking trailers.
All right, man. All right. So I haven't seen this Spaceballs one. So
Spaceballs, yeah. They're
let's-
doing a Spaceballs sequel.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Spaceballs?
Oh, before we pop in?
Yeah.
I liked it,
Okay.
and I did watch it when I was young,
Mm-hmm.
but I think as a kid I kind of was like,
Shut up and take it seriously.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to watch Star Wars, dude. I don't
Yeah.
This isn't exactly. It wasn't until later that I appreciated it more when I understood how
Parody?
How parody. Well, the thing is, I loved parodies when I was a little kid, even though I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I don't know why I didn't love this movie.
Maybe because, like, I don't know.
I think I just wanted to watch. I was like, no.
Star Wars is better than a joke Star Wars.
Yeah, I think so. Which
Yeah.
I might be wrong because a lot of people did good joke Star Wars.
True.
But once I came to appreciate people like John Candy and Bill Pullman and Mel Brooks, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Well, in the context of the culture at the time, like Spaceballs would have been a no-brainer. You know, you're like, obviously I want to see that, but kind of like looking back afterward, like you're like, no, I like Star Wars.
Stop making fun of that thing.
Stop making fun of it.
Then those Family Guys fucking roasted them.
That's true.
That was pretty good.
The Family Guys was pretty good. Yeah,
I love that shit. That was a time. How long
true.
ago was that? 20 years.
That was. So you're saying the Family Guy Blue Harvest was your Spaceballs?
Mm-hmm.
I can
think
sign
so.
off on that. I agree.
You
were more ready for a Star Wars parody, and honestly, I mean, I've never seen Spaceballs.
Yeah. What do you know about it?
I
spit it out. Anything you can say from it. Besides, use the shorts.
They're jamming the radar. You know, and the jam comes out of the screen.
Helmet.
They're combing the
Dark
beach.
Helmet. Is that his name?
And you have a big comb on the sand. To me, it seems like a lot of silly puns and not deep Star Wars parodies.
No, it's more
Mel
more
Brooks silly shit.
Silly business.
With a Star Wars pastiche.
Oh, yes.
Right.
I mean, I didn't mention Rick Moranis.
I love Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
That's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Are we shrinking any kids? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's get the shrink ray back.
Dude, that's another one that I'm like, okay. We could have made a series out of that also.
I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the series. It was like a Saturday afternoon kind of show.
Mm-hmm.
And the star of it was, I think, the other guy from Bosom Buddies.
Yes, it was.
And it was awesome.
Yep. I wish I could remember that guy's name. Son of a B, dude.
Yeah, I guess fuck us.
I know. I just heard Tom Hanks say it on a podcast, too, that I was listening
to.
No
way.
Yeah.
No disrespect. That guy's
he was
obviously
like,
way more successful than us.
That guy. And I was like, oh.
No.
I mean, he hadn't just died. He was just sort of like, talking about how he loved him.
Yeah.
Now,
John would know.
Yeah, now all I can think about is Rick Moranis. That's a cool name.
Yep.
It's so now I'm like, no, that guy, yeah, that was a good show. I watched that.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I don't know if it was a good show, but I watched it.
Yeah, it was great. It was like a cheapo sci-fi comedy hour-long family show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
And I know what you're thinking. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show. They must shrink them on every episode. No, they don't ever shrink anything. It's always a different sci-fi problem.
Yeah, he makes other.
Maybe sometimes like, we shrunk the boss. I can't find my boss. I don't know.
Yeah, he's an inventor. He makes other stuff.
He makes tons of stuff.
It's more about that.
Yeah, it is
like
about that.
Fucking Zelensky,
there's a robot.
I make other stuff.
There's definitely one where there's an alien.
That's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah, no, it's sick, dude.
Yeah, I definitely watched that. Did you watch the sequels to that? I know this isn't what we're supposed to be talking about here, but we've gone off on a tangito.
Honey, I Shrunk the Baby.
Honey, I blew up the baby. Kid. Yeah. I remember it was on.
Yes, I watched it. I wanted to see it. I watched it. It sucks.
Yeah, it was on. I don't know what channel it was. Constantly.
Honey, we all got shrunk?
Yeah, and I always remember thinking, why can't they just show the fucking original movie?
Yeah.
Honey, we blew up the kids. Like, parents get shrunk.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, you're like, I guess that's the natural progression.
Yeah.
They get shrunk in the second one, and then they shrink the baby in the third one.
They blew the baby up in the thing.
They blew it up. That's true. It's not shrunk. Yeah. And then what a jokester that guy was, whoever pitched that the first time.
Yeah, dude.
Like, what if we did a joke about blowing up a baby in the title? They're like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and what's the payoff? Like, the baby's giant and it's walking through the city. Like, yeah, let's do it.
Movies where something
sounds fucking good to me.
Yeah, movies where something huge was walking through cities must have been in that year or something.
Yeah.
You don't just go giant baby for no reason. Although, was that even a real movie? It was like a Disney movie, right? Like Disney Channel.
I'm pretty sure it came out in the theater. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
What are we doing?
We're supposed to be watching we're talking about Spaceballs, brother, dude. Come on.
Go.
That's why, you know what? I knew this was going to happen. That's why I picked this very chill font for us. Chillaxing.
Oh, yeah, I love
Willie
it.
Nelson-ing it up.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Yeah. Do you like other Mel Brooks movies? Before we get into this, what's your favorite?
I guess it seems like I'm an asshole if I say I don't like Mel. Like I'm not. Oh, what a fucking idiot! That guy doesn't like Mel Brooks.
Yeah, you don't look like a bone.
Because I know that it's like cool guy stuff.
Yeah, you saw.
But I like Blazing Saddles.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's but probably because it's
that's
like
the one I saw the most.
I had watched westerns.
Yes.
So I got what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely that.
Well, I guess I saw.
I haven't really seen a lot of them. Have you seen Young Frankenstein? They say that one's like the best one.
I know. I don't know how I didn't. Like I loved all the kinds of movies like that.
Yeah.
So I surely would have been tricked.
But again, maybe you watch it and you didn't realize you were watching a parody because it was black and white.
Or
and
maybe
you were young.
I was just when it comes to that genre stuff, I'm not open to the satire, the parody at that age.
Is Princess Bride Mel Brooks?
No, that's
okay. That's something else.
Yeah, it's Rob Reiner. I know that, but I don't know that.
Got it.
I know he's the director.
Yeah.
There's definitely some other. Yeah, we're not Mel Brooks guys, for whatever that means. Not intentional at all.
No.
It's like I'm not a. What are those funny English guys? You know those guys, the Pythons.
The Monty Python. Yeah.
I just wasn't a Python guy.
Totally, me neither.
Although I did rent. I rented fucking the classic, but I was like, I don't.
Holy Grail.
Yeah, I was like with the rabbit and all.
You didn't get it?
Yeah, definitely not. I don't specifically enjoy that sort of humor ever. I never really got into an English version of anything.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I mean,
I guess we're not cool and funny.
Yeah, I'd watch genre shows.
We're Jim Carrey guys.
Yeah. Oh, I was a Jim Carrey guy, dude. That's what I needed.
We're laughing at Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler, I guess, like idiots.
Yeah, I do feel
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, dude. He'll make you laugh. He'll make you cry, dude. Good morning and goodbye, Vietnam. Hello.
But anyway, so now that you know we don't really care, let's check out the fucking.
But this is the one I watched. Would have seen the most. Yeah.
I think if they do like a solid parody, I mean, let's do it. Let's get back into parodies.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
There's a lot of fucking stuff to.
I Shrunk the Kids, dude.
I love it.
All right, here we go. Oh, I gotta read this movie.
Yeah, you gotta read it. Yeah, this is a reading one. Want me to read it?
Sure, bud.
38 years ago, there was only one Star Wars trilogy, but since then, there have been a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, a sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel, countless TV spin-offs, a movie spin-off of the TV spin-off, which is both a prequel and a sequel, not to mention 2 Dunes, 7 Jurassic Parks, 2 Avatars plus 3 upcoming Avatars, making 5 Avatars, 36 MCU movies with 2 different Robert Downey Jr.'s, DCU attempt number 1, DCU attempt number 3, an animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King, prequel, 8 Harry Potter movies, a TV series remaking the same 8 Harry Potter movies, a whole streaming service with Star Trek, 7 Alien movies, 2 of which were also Predator movies, not to be mistaken with 6 Predator movies that were not also Alien movies, 1 Prometheus, which was also kind of an Alien movie, 4 Beatles movies, and Oppenheimer. But in 38 years, there has only been one. Spaceballs.
Oh, shit. All right, that's good stuff.
That's funny.
That's funny. Everybody can get it. Everybody can get it.
Are we going to go at that in the movie?
Yep.
Like franchises and stuff?
Dude, when's the last time you saw a spoof, dude?
I know. Let's get back into spoofs. Now with the new Naked Gun coming out, I guess spoofs
shut up.
are back.
Mel's here.
Oh, Mel's here.
We asked
Spaceballs the sweatshirt.
But instead, we're making this movie.
The Schwartz Awakens.
They should get Adam Driver.
Dude, you're so right about that.
Why not? He's
That's
cool
great.
enough to do it, I bet.
Oh, Adam Driver's the coolest.
Yeah.
Dude. Simply the
I'm
coolest.
a big Adam Driver fan.
Dude,
just
me
as
too.
A person.
Yes.
And
I'll tell you what.
Best SNL host, maybe?
Yeah, my favorite. Probably my personal favorite, yeah.
Being a really good actor is an underrated skill for an SNL host. It's actually more important than being funny.
Yeah. I think there's some sort of secret to that. Like it goes, like when you're a more dramatic actor, you long for that. And you're already pretty good at your craft, so you're going to be good at it.
And sometimes they write the comedy to your drama.
Yeah.
But then you go in there and be really serious, and it's hilarious.
But when you come in as a comedian, that's going to maybe affect the spin.
And depending how you how's your performance, and if you come in as a comedian, it's kind of like the monologue. The monologue is your best part.
Yeah, because you get to do your job.
Yeah,
you get to do your special ability.
Yep, and a lot of guys will just do their best jokes.
Yeah,
So
I probably won't see Spaceballs in the theater. No offense to Mel Brooks or Rick
God bless
Moranis.
you, Mel Brooks, or whatever.
Mel Brooks, dude. Mel Brooks is cool, too.
No, we're not watching that. Who cares?
Yeah.
Unless I hear it's wicked funny.
I hope it is wicked funny. Dude, I'm excited for new Naked Gun, dude.
I agree.
See, I was a big Naked Gun little kid.
Yeah.
But I guess there wasn't anything to get, really.
Well,
I guess there probably was more that I was missing, but it was pretty slapstick.
yeah. It's a lot of slapstick.
There's a lot of slapstick.
And it's like, who doesn't understand, like, funny cop?
Yeah. I feel like I watched Three Stooges, I got that, and then I moved on to that.
Yes.
Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah, that
Hot
was
Shots.
He shot like a chicken out of the bow and arrow.
On the cover he did, yeah. Marty Sheen's, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Yes.
Or I watched it a lot.
Yeah, it's good, or I just saw it a bunch.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's like some things you watch so much before you had like a
before you could tell what
the filter in your head that's like, this is bad. Why are you watching this?
Right.
Do you actually like this, or are you just watching this?
Well, there was a period, I mean, I don't want to sound old fashioned on you, but where you watched what you had.
Yeah.
You know?
Do I like I Dream of Jeannie? I like when it's on. I like parts of it.
I mean, if you asked me, I would say yes. And if you asked me if I like Bewitched, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because I would be happy when I saw that came on, as opposed to other programs.
I mean, I was always happy when Laverne and Shirley came on.
I Love Lucy. What about that?
No, I much preferred Laverne and Shirley.
Well, yeah.
You know,
I also would prefer that.
Like, yeah, Lucy I would watch, but I didn't love it. It was black and white a lot of the times.
I agree, yeah. But that's classic now.
Yeah.
Now it's classic.
Yeah.
You know what I never liked? Happy Days. I never got fired up when Happy Days came on.
Yeah, I had a time with Happy Days, but it wasn't until I was in my 20s.
Yeah. I wish I did.
And I just thought it was funny. I mean, who doesn't want to root for the Fonz? Sometimes the Fonz would kick someone's ass.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the Fonz would at least fucking flex on somebody and they'd back down like bitches.
That's badass. And then to have it turn out that, like, you know, Henry Winkler's the fucking sweetest man of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
plus, Mr. Miyagi was on it. I mean, Pat Morita was on it.
Patty Moritz, yeah.
But yeah, I don't like Richie Cunningham. I don't like any of those jabronis.
But I do like that guy.
Yeah.
The what's his name?
Ron Howard.
Ronnie House.
Yep.
Yeah. Excellent picture maker, I'm sure. I haven't seen all of his movies, but like he made that. I don't know. Was that him? No. Did he make the one about Spielberg?
That sounds right. I don't know though.
I'm like, or did Spielberg make that movie?
No, of course Spielberg made the movie about Spielberg, the storyteller.
Yeah, the one with Seth Rogen.
You arrogant son of a bitch.
Yeah. God damn, dude.
At
least put dinosaurs
Spielberg's the
in
man,
it.
right? Yeah. I bet there were dinosaurs in that. Guaranteed. Playing with dinosaur toys. They're like, that's how we thought of Jurassic Park.
Dude, I love that. Did you write it?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Original script, they ripped you off. I got you. I got you. Okay.
Hollyweird.
Hollyweird, yep. Should we move away from that to another? That was sort of just to warm up our palate, make sure all the systems are operational.
That's right.
We're going to watch the final trailer for Superman. I'm so excited for Superman.
I'm so excited for Superman. Please don't end world before I get to see Superman.
Yeah. You know, every once in a while, there's you know a certain movie or something or event you're waiting for.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're excited for sports, it's like whatever the big sports match is going to be.
The Super
You're
Bowl.
like, let me see this year's Super Bowl or fucking before Civil War erupts. Yeah. So that
hopefully Superman comes out and heals the world. I think that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, they do have screenings. They have early screenings, but we don't have any cancer, and we're not a poor child, and those are the ones who are available for that.
And we're not Amazon Prime members.
Oh, is that the other one?
Yeah, July 8th you can see it.
Yeah, I love that.
Through secret screenings or something.
Yeah, I like that they did those other screenings. That's awesome.
That's
you should
nice.
show kids fucking Superman. That should be how Superman movies work.
Yep,
it should
I
be something
agree.
you show to a kid and you'd be like, oh, good, that makes me feel better. You know what, actually, I'm not sick. I'm out of here.
Let's hope. You know, it's been a great part of the marketing of this movie is like Superman toy commercials. Oh, just people holding Superman toys, flying around. They're
You
like
watched some of
Superman
these?
toys. What?
Have you seen some of these?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't seen one, dude.
Definitely.
Oh, that sounds...
There's multiple commercials. And so there's one that's kind of more like a G.I. Joe commercial. They're like, I'm going to punch the monster. Ah! Oh, no, his slime is falling on me.
He is a slime kaiju. I've seen the box.
So there's that one. And then there's one that's like, oh, I'm Superman. And they're flying it around, and then they see Superman in the sky, and they're like, whoa, it's Superman.
But then I fucking show up, and I'm across the room, and I'm fucking holding the fucking Lois Lane, and I'm like, I'll fucking kill this Lois Lane woman. I'm a sicko. This Lex Luthor's evil.
Yeah, this Lex Luthor's evil. All right, let's watch this
That's
trailer.
cool that people are selling toys, though. That's fine.
All right, I'll put on my dorky fucking headphones, guys. I'm a cool guy. Don't judge me on these headphones, you know? Oh, no.
Oh, gosh, dude. Oh, boy.
I gotta get new headphones, man.
Yeah, man.
They don't even work good.
Well, look, you look smaller now.
That's good.
Yeah, they look stupid and they don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Holy shit. What's that bat? What's going on? Who did that?
Man.
Metropolis looks like London.
It does.
All
The
right.
most
Flat
powerful
catch.
being on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
We finally meet.
Oh, no. You're not
Like
allowed
in
in
a
there.
fortress.
And
There's that guy behind him with the U on his chest.
You-man, I call him.
This other lady's really protecting him.
The engineer.
and of course,
That reporter you always do interviews with.
If you don't put the circle globe on top of the Daily Planet, then go fuck
Kill them
yourself.
too.
Why even make the movie?
Yeah.
Oh. Come on, I'm sorry.
I love it. Awesome. Robot.
Fucking love it.
Sunlight.
Superman doesn't care about you, Fire.
Yeah. Everyone's
that
got
guy?
heat vision in this movie.
Yep. Wrap it up. Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Kapow, motherfucker. 3D.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit. His teeth came out. Slammed against the screen?
Make a move.
Metropolis is being torn us in half. Suplex.
Suplex, yep. That guy has a cool chair.
Oh, Lois is piloting the T plane.
Of course she is.
Superman.
Superman.
let them die.
Damn, that's cold, Lex. That's cold.
They chose him, let them die.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
What an absolute asshole.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Oh, he's funny too? Okay. Oh my god. First time.
Super sense of humor.
Eyes up here.
Uh-oh.
Listen. Of all the guys who say, hey, buddy, Superman's the guy. Like, it's just something very Superman about saying, hey, buddy, eyes up here.
That's delightful.
You know, it's just like, and he's like, I don't know. You know, a lot of people always had a problem with Superman. They don't find him relatable, but I feel like that characterization is very relatable.
Yeah.
He just seems like kind of a cool guy.
Yeah, he seems like a dude. Not a dude, because he does seem kind of like
A little bit like
he can say "Hey, buddy" and mean it like "Hey, like you
Hey,
take
buddy."
it, you take it seriously."
he's taking the aggro.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
that's how Paquette talks in my head, like kind of like John Schneider from Smallville.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw that he said that was the number one comparison. David Gordon Sweat, the guy that's playing Superman,
Okay.
physically his number one comparison for Superman was Tom Welling's. They said that he was Tom Welling-esque.
I love
I'm
it. I mean, they're pretty good at
nothing-
casting guys that look like Superman.
They sure are.
You
They
know?
sure are. Yeah, that was a really good trailer. You got to see Superman and the dog fighting together. I
Yes.
mean, ay.
Pretty good. Pretty
I
good.
mean,
Superman 360 degrees, laser beam eyes. Yes, please.
yes, please.
Who's he fighting? Is he's 360 degree laser beam?
Well, I'll tell you what. He was willing to punch the teeth out of that guy in that suit.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
true. You're
he's
right.
willing to beat these guys' asses.
True.
So, or they're super. Something's up.
Or they're, yeah, we don't know. But,
So many questions. Who's the guy in the suit?
yep.
Who's the person that in the trailer he's in the subway fighting and they have shaggy hair and they are shooting him with laser vision?
I don't know.
Is that the guy that was in the suit? Or is that the guy that was in the bigger metal suit that was shooting the heat vision that he hit the building?
A couple guys have heat vision.
got
Is it going
more-
to be a comic book character? Is it just going to be its own thing? Is it going to be a composite? Would you be mad if it was like, yeah, it's Bizarro and it's Doomsday?
I would be willing to bet, pretty sure that it's not going to be something new.
Okay. Deep lore.
Only because
Do you think it's something from the comic books we don't know about?
I think it is
Which
from
there could be some stuff we don't know about.
I think it's going to be one of the ones that people think it is.
Hercules.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
He's in the DC
I think
universe.
it'll be one of the more predictable. Like it's going to be some sort of
Bizarro. Clone. It's some kind of Superman clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has to
But
be.
it's so far it doesn't appear that anything that exists in this movie is something that didn't already exist in a comic book.
You are right about
There's
that.
no element of new creation.
Except for the kaiju.
Well, we don't know. Do we know where the kaiju came from?
No.
It could be some sort of creature from a dimension that in comic books is rendered slightly differently.
Good point. It's from the
There's a
Kamandi
reason-
universe.
Yeah, who knows, dude? This guy's up to something. It's probably some crap we've never heard of.
Yeah.
Or it is a version of a clone that is different, but I think every clone eventually is Am Bizarro, so...
Every clone is Bizarre. You can't
Yeah.
clone Superman and have it work.
Or it's sometimes a Superboy, but I don't think they're doing that shit.
Yeah, but then he's mixing his DNA with Superman's. I don't think this Lex would do that.
No, he's got a real bad attitude. I don't think he'd like to do that at all.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn, that was a good trailer.
Awesome. Can't
Yeah.
wait to see that.
Let me see. I think I got an Instagram article that was like, these are things that you may have missed.
From the trailer?
Yeah, dude.
I may have missed it, yeah.
I missed
I'm not going to get cocky about it.
Yeah, I missed the guy fighting in the underground the first time I watched
Me
it.
too. I saw a picture of it later.
Yeah, and he's got like real shaggy hair.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Details you might have missed in the new Superman trailer. All right, here we go. Superman is fighting an opponent with laser vision. Yeah, we saw that. That's what we were just talking about. There's an image there, Jeremy. You can see him.
Yep.
He's firing.
Yep.
the,
There's a guy has laser vision. He
Yep.
has long hair. Is it Lobo? No, Lobo doesn't have laser vision.
But he does look like Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
He does.
Which makes you think he could be Lobo.
Is it Parasite? Parasite doesn't have laser vision, but he could
takes
take
your
it
power.
from Superman. Is
I
it
love
a
that.
Mazo?
A
A robot who takes your powers.
I hope it's Parasite. I'd
Yeah.
love that if it's Parasite.
I would too. That's a great Superman villain.
That would be cool. Yeah. Let's see. A white creature is seen behind Lex Luthor. See that thing behind him in that picture? Isn't that a statue, bro?
Yeah, that looks like a mannequin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That one's bullshit.
You guys are dumb.
That one's bullshit.
Should ask me these things.
Lois Lane is piloting Mr. Terrific's T-Craft vehicle. It's just good to know.
It was awesome.
T-Craft, I like that.
Lois
that was
Lane's
awesome.
always doing shit like
It's
that.
Lois and Jimmy and Perry.
You know what? This Jimmy dude looks a lot like Jimmy fucking Olsen.
I love
How
it.
they find such a Jimmy guy?
Yeah, dude. That dude's great. He's wonderful. And Jimmy Olsen is using a Lord Tech laptop. And Maxwell Lord is
Maxwell
played by
Lord.
James Gunn's brother, who plays all those other guys.
Wasn't Maxwell Lord in the Wonder Woman movie?
Yeah, he's played by Pedro Pascal.
Crazy. It's crazy that we have two Maxwell Lords.
Yep. Superman is stuck in space with Baby Joey, Crypto, and Metamorpho.
I don't know about Baby Joey.
You haven't seen any of that?
I
I
find
saw
it
some.
to be kind of spoilery, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be something that's set up early-ish. Although
Yeah.
this is final trailer. But he's been in, like, you see him in the toys, and you're like, what are we
Yes.
talking about?
I try not to get stuff from toys, even though that's always a good source of spoilers.
I can't not see things. That's where I find my articles like this.
Mhm.
This one's really nicely put together. Yeah, you should follow fucking... it says comic. That's pretty good. Comic Media on Instagram. It's an excellent source of news.
You should also follow us. It's Cobra Guys.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about him being stuck in space? With the baby and Metamorpho?
Cool, or is it a different dimension, or is it a pocket dimension, or is
James
it
Gunn has mentioned pocket dimensions are going to be
the
a
mirror universe,
Yeah.
or from Mirror Master?
Oh, the next
fucking thing?
Yeah, an interdimensional portal has opened in Metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting thing to say. So
I don't think they're going to go multiverse right off the bat, obviously, although it is pretty high sci-fi.
well, yeah, and James said that they will be using whatever that technology is that makes Peacemaker's dad's secret room is at play, which is some sort of creates like a pocket reality.
Yep.
So whatever that is. So, but yeah, doing mirror stuff would suck. I don't want that.
Yeah, multiverse.
Although Bizarro is kind of the same, but it's different. It's
he's
different.
a clone.
Yeah, he's a clone.
Or he comes from Bizarro World, which is
Yeah.
like another universe. If that's what you're going to do, that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. So this thing says an interdimensional portal has opened up in Metropolis, and I've seen that further explain that that dimension opening is what causes that big split, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know where you get that from, but it is pretty hard to just split a fucking city in half.
Yeah.
You think he's going to hold a whole part of the city, or is that not part of it?
Is he going to hold the city together?
He's going to be, yeah. Oh, that'd be interesting. I mean, I'm sure it'll be cool. I like that he has a sidekick.
Who?
Superman.
Who's the sidekick?
The fucking dog, dude.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
100%.
Yeah.
The portal opened amid the flooding and chaos tearing Metropolis apart. That's not even a thing, dude.
Okay.
But he is swinging that giant piece of metal at somebody.
I saw that. That's awesome.
That looks like he's like, all right, enough of this. Whoever this guy is, I'm smashing him with shit now.
Yeah.
And James Gunn said Superman will have pocket dimensions. That portal might be one.
Oh. He just like, yeah, Superman's going to have pocket dimensions.
Yeah, he's like, elements of the pocket dimensions from Peacemaker Season 2 will be involved in Superman.
Weird.
Or but he was like kind of vague about it, but also oddly specific.
I'm excited to see because I get annoyed by stuff like this, you know? Sometimes talking
This stuff
about
we're talking about right now?
a little bit.
You're annoyed?
No, I'm not really annoyed, but like in the long term of like little bits of information leaking out, I'm like, I kind of would just like to see all this stuff in the movie before I know, you know?
Yeah.
But,
I remain unaffected by it.
Such is life.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just...
I'm like, what does that mean? Now I'm going to be...
It's something for us to talk about. I'll tell you that much.
Well, we are certainly talking about it, yes. What do you think that means?
Well, I have like 6 more articles of speculation. But
no, please bring them up. What do you think it means?
I mean, a dimension to where, right? Wow, Darkseid.
Pocket dimension means there's nothing in it.
Unless somebody already put something in there. What about them apples?
Yep.
You can lock something away in there. What's this big weird light thing? I'm interested in that. How many Green Lantern forms are we going to get? Just mostly middle fingers? Or?
I saw the middle finger. Was that in this trailer or was that just something else they released?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I saw it too. I was like, did I miss that? And I'm like, no, it was regular hand before. But yeah, this is a lot of speculation. Looks awesome, though. Mr. Terrific looks cool and is sitting all like a badass and shit. And that fucking moment of comedy was fucking delightful. I'm doing important stuff. Or whatever. Yeah. That was a good delivery.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a very rare Superman on screen kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time that happened where, like, you got a nice laugh from Superman?
And it makes me think there will be
Maybe
more.
when he did the secret handshake with fucking... Who was it? Superman 3?
Oh, with Richard Pryor. Yeah.
Hey, Superman, thanks, man.
Yeah, that Superman's not...
That was a funny one.
Yeah, that Superman's not specifically hilarious.
No.
He's charming.
Yeah.
And cool, but I don't know if he's funny.
Funniest Superman for sure so far. Tom Welling? Not that funny.
No, he doesn't have jokes.
Brandon Ruth, not funny.
No. Well, he was, I guess Superman's big joke is that one, I guess it's a joke. Statistically speaking, flying is still the safest way to travel or whatever. That's a joke, right?
The joke is like how kind of corny he is.
Yeah.
That's his best joke.
Yeah, he would do dad jokes probably.
Yeah.
This guy might. I don't know. I'd like to see how dorky he is. He seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he looks a little dorky, you know?
It's true.
I think that the bagginess of the suit makes him look a little dorky, but makes him likable. You're like, oh, look at that guy. He's trying his best. Also, it looks like he's getting the shit kicked out of him.
He's getting his ass beat
the
a
whole
lot.
movie. Like, every time you see his face, it's all fucked up.
It's true. Which I like.
Yep.
Let's,
like,
let's root for Superman.
I don't know who this, the guy in the U suit, the mystery of that. Obviously, then that the other chick is the engineer. And I'm like, okay, I barely know what that is, but whatever. It's still
and the hammer of Bolvario or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, is that what the big robot thing is?
Something like that.
That's what
Which I'm like, is that the same as the guy in the black suit? Could be, but
I think it's going to be involved with him stopping that war.
Is there going to be a whole army of armored guys like that? No, that one guy that shoots the I-beams out, is there a whole army of those guys?
I don't think so. You know how...
Who were the guys that Superman I-beamed 360? Was it more of those guys?
I think those are Lex Luthor guys. Like the one that he punched the teeth out of, I think there are versions of those guys that have helmets on. And I think they're going to be able to get hit with laser beams and not get sliced in half.
Yeah.
Because there's no way this
punch in the face by Superman and not die.
Yeah, exactly. My prediction would be, you know how it's like, oh, he stopped a war in the scene where Lois interviews him, and she's like, you can't just go places and stop wars. It's like there was a thing in Foreign Land where he went in and stopped, and then the people, it was probably Bulgaria or whatever, they sent their champion, that big robot, to fight him. And he kicks its ass, and then that sets off the series of events to follow, and then the giant thing attacks at the end. And
that actually would have been a great plot for Black Adam.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because there are all kinds of like champions for the other countries around the world.
Yeah,
every nation has their own champions.
Definitely, yeah.
So,
yeah, it's like that's the cool part of this whole project is like we're deep into the lore already. Yeah. Like, it's the first movie of the universe, but the universe has been running superhero-wise for 300 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is crazy. They probably had Uncle Sam.
I thought I had an article that was about that specifically, but yeah, because he says Superman's also been a 300 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, so it's been multiple Superman probably doesn't seem that special.
Right. But
in the universe, except that he got the best name.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is the quote from James. We're in an alternate reality where superheroes have existed for 300 years, and now we're just picking up. Oh, I should fucking get the James fucking.
Yeah, get the James.
I gotta get James up here, dude. There he is. There's the Allfather. We're in an alternate reality where superheroes have existed for 300 years, and now we're just picking up on the story of one particular superhero 3 years after he comes on the scene, who happens to be the most powerful metahuman of all time.
Oh.
Interesting. Right? There's interesting tidbits in there.
Yeah.
To just casually be like, 300 years? That's a bold claim. And then be like, yeah.
Who was the first? I'm sure he knows.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Dude, you know what I would love to see that they've never even been barely a hint of? Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
That's a good big bad.
That's a great
Especially
big bad.
If you want a big bad that's like very ominous and scary, but it's
also working behind the scenes.
Yeah, yes. And it's pre-dark side, so you don't have to go dark side right away.
You don't have to go dark side right away.
You never go full
You can
dark
always
side,
go with Brainiac first, which Brainiac could be in this movie.
Yep.
You know? It could be a secret bad guy. I'm sure there is a secret bad guy.
it's crazy there hasn't been a Brainiac.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know there's a secret bad guy because there's a dude wearing a mask. It's not like James doesn't know he put a guy in a mask with a costume.
I think there's going to be 2 or 3 secret bad guys.
Yeah, and I believe Lobo is mentioned in this movie. I've seen talk of that. I mean, there's so much speculation. And Supergirl will probably be mentioned as well because she's the next movie. So, which I like that. I love the Super family.
Me too.
It's a bold move.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think pre-sales are like super crushing for this movie too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, we're definitely going to go see it.
We gotta see Superman, dude. We gotta see Superman. Yeah, it'd be cool to see some characters revealed that have been like secretly cast and already filmed. Wouldn't that be neat? Now I'm not saying Batman, but I am sort of saying Batman.
Yeah. What if Batman was in it?
What if?
I mean, let's not get greedy, but
but what if Bruce Wayne's on the news?
Yeah, it's true.
You tell me Bruce Wayne's on the news? You tell me when there's a giant monster attacking? If there's a Bruce Wayne out there, he doesn't know about it?
Yeah, you're
right. I
find
that hard to believe.
I find that hard to fucking
Superman
believe.
Shows up.
I mean, I'm crazy happy just to see fucking Guy Gardner.
Dude.
Like,
and
I
fucking, my love for Nathan Fillion never waned.
I agree.
And it was like, how do you not love that guy the first moment you see him?
Yeah, he's got it.
First time you saw him?
Oh, yeah.
No. When was the first time you saw him? It was got to be, for me, it was Buffy, I think. And I didn't know who he was yet. That was probably the first. Oh, no. Wait a minute. No. Was he on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place? Why do I think that?
I don't know. He might have been.
No.
I don't think it was Firefly the first time I saw him.
Could it have been Ryan Reynolds and Nathan Fillion?
No, that would be insane.
That'd be a good show.
Yeah, that would be a good show. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm aware of him for many years.
Yeah.
He was always a favorite to play Hal Jordan, but then he got, aged out of it, or the project never happened, and now
that's
this
funny
is
to
happening.
age into Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
And I saw him talking about that he already did a screen for the a scene, not a screen. Well, he did it be on the screen. A scene for Lanterns already. So he's done all the things that exist. Guy Gardner's the one thing we know shows up in Peacemaker, this, and fucking Lanterns.
That's awesome. What about Supergirl? Could be.
I think Supergirl is going to appear.
Yeah.
Although that's pretty crazy because, like, hey, come help me punch this thing. All right, problem solved.
Yeah,
We
but maybe
smashed
if
it.
Supergirl does appear, it'll be at the end of the movie. We're like, thanks
Yeah.
for taking care of my dog.
I believe he said there is a post-credit scene. Which I like that. I like being like, yep. Mm-hmm. But that it's not specifically it's not gonna try to set up some sort of grand fucking, oh no. Some sort of grand fucking plan.
Okay.
Which I like. Don't go too lofty. It was like, don't make promises. Don't write checks that your ass can't cash. That's it.
Just make an awesome Superman movie, and that's all we're going to ask for. And then after that, we're going to ask for a bunch more shit.
Yeah, and then
so you better be ready to go.
A giant purple and green skull appears in outer space,
Yeah.
and the movie ends.
Yep, totally.
Yeah, I think Parasite's a great guess, dude.
That would be good.
Would be cool. That's a good hero. I mean, also we got Green Lantern, we got fucking
Hawk Girl.
we got Mr. Terrific. That's pretty powerful.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And Soupy Mans.
Superman, probably not on their team, but still good to have around. He's not going to not help you.
Right. Seems like they're going to butt heads. Guy Gardner was getting in his face.
Called him, what do you call him?
Big Blue.
Come on. That's what you call Superman when you're a dick.
Yeah. If you want to kind of fucking give him the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see exactly how Guy Gardner is. He's always a prick, but it'll be interesting to see if he is
like kind of cool and funny,
right? Or if you're just like, oh, this guy's he's just trying to get heat the whole time.
I doubt it because he's just kind of funny.
Nathan's so likable.
Yeah,
but he can do smarmy. Remember Captain Hammer, dude?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, dude, he's cleaning up the streets.
Yep. That's probably my favorite Nathan Fillion role.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog is a fucking tasty joint. I have
that gift.
I have that shit on it's always in a gentle rotation of the songs.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got free YouTube. They hit me one of them free YouTube music trials.
Nice.
Like ones where you don't even got to do shit. It's just free all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, I ain't got no
it's
commercials.
like when you used to get HBO for no
Dude,
reason. You're
yes.
like, oh, we got HBO. Let's watch
yeah.
Beetlejuice 30
Let's
times.
watch Beetlejuice, dude. Did you ever see that second Beetlejuice?
No.
No, me either. Michael Keaton, he played Batman. That's in the DC universe.
Yep. I don't think he's going to be in any of these movies.
No.
You got to get a good Batman.
You're going to have to get a good
Pressure's
Batman.
on. You also got to use Batman cool.
I mean, isn't that like physically, it's like there's almost no way they can mess it up. Because it's like pick the main generic type of male leading role, and all the guys who do that will kind of fit the bill of doing that type of thing. It's just about, his fucking vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are the Batman vibes?
Do you instantly think, ooh, that guy looks more cerebral, or that guy looks really young, or that guy looks physical, or...
Can we somehow replicate the vibes of the Batman from the Justice League cartoon?
Kevin Conroy's Batman?
Yes, but specifically...
But not from Batman the Animated Series.
Specifically from the Justice League, where it's like, you know what? He's not in every scene, but you're always kind of wondering, what's Batman up to?
And he is up to something.
And he's always up to something, and then just when you think you got Batman, it's like Batman... in the context of the DC universe, is just as powerful as Superman. And that's really hard for people to buy sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you're going to have them in the same universe, they really need to be on equal footing.
Yeah, you just got to look. You just got to look at it a little differently than, well, the one guy doesn't got no powers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that simple.
It's not that simple.
It's not that simple. I'm sure people will be trying to control Superman to some degree.
Surely.
Which... I guess you can't really. This Superman seems like he really does whatever he wants. I like that. But
Kind of a rogue Superman.
Batman might not love that.
Oh, that's always part of it.
But I would like a Batman. See, like the Batman from Justice League is also, he's like, I'm grumpy Batman. I like work alone, except for, I'm totally cool to hang out.
Yeah.
Like he's down
I have 8 sidekicks, plus I'm on the Justice League, but I work alone.
Yeah, totally. But he's like, I'm down to play. Yeah. I'm down to get nuts.
Yeah.
Is it on the Justice League when he sings?
Yes.
That's pretty crazy.
To like reverse a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his greatest fear or something.
But like, and on that one, and on the Justice League cartoon, Superman is kind of a dopey what do you call it? Optimist.
Yeah.
And Batman's kind of a grumpy pessimist.
Yeah.
But Batman's like, I see your value.
Totally.
I like your perspective.
Yeah. And then Superman's like, yeah, Bruce, sometimes I'm glad you're around.
Yeah.
Because you do what needs to be done and you are paranoid, so we're more prepared for scenarios. And then they are friends on that. I would like them to be friends.
Yeah, let's go fucking old school, like them shaking hands on the comic book cover.
Yeah. How come no one's even going towards super friends?
I don't know.
Like, although this Superman seems pretty wholesome.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah, I saw like a little description of James Gunn talking about like this is a world where like, being wholesome and showing goodness is something that gets made fun of, but he exists despite that, which I believe is the world we live in currently.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, where that's frowned upon, where it's like, oh wow, what a lame-o.
Yeah, everyone wants to be the sarcastic douchebag like Chandler.
Right. Yeah, you can't all be Chandler, dude.
Yeah,
some
we're
of us
not all
just gotta
Chandler.
be Joey's, bro, and live with it, or even a Phoebes.
I do agree with that. Sometimes
I might be Monica.
Being genuine is kind of more risky than being sarcastic.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, that's where like a lot of good comedy comes from too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Tires season 2 on Netflix.
Check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, man, I love Superman though.
Me too, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Make sure I don't have any other fucking super news, dude. I had a little Mortal Kombat article I've seen 100 times.
Okay, hit me with it. I'll give you.
Okay, I just want to know what your reaction is. Mortal. Who said this?
Get rid of the picture of James Gunn. This isn't James Gunn talking anymore.
Oh, I don't have a Mortal Kombat picture.
That's okay.
We'll
imagine Mortal
bridge,
Kombat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the pit.
Oh yeah, they could fight on that bridge. And they're like, oh, I fell in this beautiful river. Oh no, fucking awesometality.
The fish are hugging me.
Yeah, the fish love me. This one has Carl Urban in it.
Yes.
As Johnny Cage.
Mortal Kombat, Johnny Cage.
Mortal Kombat 2.
I don't like that as a Johnny Cage fan.
You know how I feel about Carl Urban.
Yeah, and I love Carl Urban too.
I love Carl Urban, and I also don't agree with that.
You should play Kano.
Dude, I mean, come on, dude. That's like when they cast Jason Momoa as Aquaman. You're like, what? He should play Lobo. What did you do that for? Yep. Mortal Kombat 2 made test audiences cheer and jump out of their seats like Endgame, says its writer.
Like Endgame?
That's what I thought, too.
Marvel?
Yeah, I just happened to throw this
The
in my
one where
folder.
they're like, on your left, Captain America, and he was like, Avengers, assemble! And everyone went, yes! And then Thor picked up the hammer, and Captain America had the hammer.
You take the little one.
And then everyone cheered in the theater?
Mm-hmm.
Like that Endgame?
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about?
Where did you play it? The Mortal Kombat convention?
Yeah, did you? Yeah, you.
I remember hearing like
He said. You want to hear what he said specifically, real quick?
Yes.
The fights, the fatality, the surprises, the deaths. I think we nailed it. So that's what you're asking for, but
what was the test audience? That's what I want to know because I remember hearing when Kevin Smith screened Mallrats, they screamed it at Comic-Con, and it was like, oh, this is going to be the most successful movie of all time.
Right, it's like
those like 1994. Those were the biggest dorks.
Yeah, you're preaching to the converted.
Yeah.
Preaching to the choir, as it was.
Like they had fucking Stanley saying swear words in that movie. Of course they're gonna love it.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking. What year was that?
That's like mid 90s,
mid
95 maybe.
Yeah, that's about 1 million years ago.
So
so you can't trust that at all.
It's like, what do you mean? Who saw it?
I've heard good buzz. I heard them.
Yeah, I'm nothing against it. I liked the last Mortal Kombat movie. It left a little to be desired, but it was pretty Mortal Kombat-y.
It was very and I heard 27 fights.
Well, if they're just gonna do a Mortal Kombat, that'd be crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Wow.
It's like fight after fight after fight, and now we're talking about deaths. We're talking about fatalities.
Permanent?
I mean, I don't think you can. Yeah, I think when you're dead, you're out of Mortal Kombat. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, except that on Mortal Kombat, it doesn't seem like they really die after they get a fatality because you could pick them again next time.
Well, the game very much does destroy the illusion that you die.
Yeah,
sort of is. It really is a Mortal Kombat.
Immortal Kombat.
Yeah, Immortal Kombat.
Yeah, once they slice your blood out, it all comes back together.
Yeah, you're fine. But yeah, that's true. How did it happen 10 times? All the guys died every time?
Yeah.
I don't know. But Goro kills people. I mean, people die. They get their
Goro's
bones.
got forearms, so I'm a big fan of that.
It's cool.
It's cool.
Pretty cool.
Very cool idea. I hope
there's a bunch
of
in it. Yeah, there's a bunch of those guys, right? Whatever they're called.
The Goros.
The Goros, yeah. You got your Goros, you got your Barakas, Yep. But I don't know about that Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I think The Miz probably would have been better.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, American Gladiators. Isn't that happening?
American Gladiators, hosted by The Miz, starring Wardlow.
Yeah.
And-
Who owns Gladiators? Where's this coming from? NBC?
Amazon.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they have all the money.
I'm into that.
Wardlow's going to be a gladiator?
I love that.
I hope he doesn't hurt himself.
I hope that. Yeah, I hope he fucking is the best, and he gets way over. And American Gladiators is the coolest thing ever, and we all love it.
Yeah, and Wardlow's the best top number one guy in the world.
Yeah. What do you call him?
Wardlow.
Wardlow.
Probably will be, right?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
What's that guy's real name?
Mike Wardlow.
Is it?
Yep.
You're kidding me.
I swear to God.
Oh, geez, I bet you're an American Gladiator. This is your opportunity to be Rocket.
Blazer.
What about Rocket? They'll put the Rocket up.
No, I don't like Rocket. Okay. Mountain.
Mountain? No, Sabretooth.
Yeah, because he's like a big cat.
Yeah, maybe a different kind of cat. Mountain Lion. No, that's not a cool name.
Bobcat.
Adorable. Although sometimes he does that little top pony.
He does.
Like a little,
he rocks the top pony.
A little Bobcat took us. Yeah. I don't know. So he's got to have a name, dude.
Rhino. No, they wouldn't do that.
No, that's good, though. I like that. Yeah, no characters from Marvel, I guess, like Sabretooth or Rhino or Wolverine or Captain America.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, come on, man. Crusher.
Yeah, probably.
Slammer.
Like that. Yeah.
Breaker. No, not Breaker.
The Slammer.
The Slammer, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's so handsome.
But couldn't they show like some of his footage of slamming guys and been like, it's Wardlow?
Well, then everyone
got
else.
Wardlow from AEW as a fucking gladiator this time.
Does he work for AEW still?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. He was hurt, and then he got this, and they were like, all right, you can do that before you come back.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. I love Wardlow. You love Wardlow the most. You're Wardlow's biggest fan of all time.
I'm the number one Wardlow fan.
Yep.
Every week, I'm like, go on, Wardlow's going to come back and win the title this week.
You guys won't believe
I'm like
it.
those hardcore John Cena fans.
Yep. But
You're
it never happens.
Never happens.
Never gets it. Never get to have your cake or eat it.
And
when
you
you're
should
a
get some
Wardlow
Metallica
fan.
for his entrance music. Make it happen, Tony Khan.
Like a Seek and Destroy or a Metal Militia.
Or maybe or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
fade to like a weird one. It would be like a slow one. You're like, what? Why did he?
Yeah, something that's not so shitty.
Load or reload? You fucking
probably.
weirdo?
I don't know. Maybe I have been listening to Load a lot.
Load good.
I've been listening to Load and Reload a lot. I've just been in the mood.
Yep.
I don't know why. I guess it's the soundtrack for the summer.
It's the house
Load
that
and
Jack
Reload.
built.
Remember, everybody.
Doing the Devil's
Metallica's
Dance.
least played albums, probably. Although they still all have bazillions of fucking plays on.
Oh, absolutely.
YouTube.
Yeah. So many good tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll skip if I'm not ready for Fuel. I got to be ready.
You got to be ready. Yeah, I mean,
ready,
Fuel's uncertain. It does rock for sure,
and it gets grooving eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Give me fire, my desire.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm not in the mood for Until It Sleeps,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Skip, maybe.
Maybe a skip, yeah.
I like Attitude.
Born into attitude. Yeah, dude. Sleep at the wheel, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good album. Should we go to the emails?
Yes.
Let us go. We have not been here in some time.
Wow. If you guys want to email us, you can do so at ketchupinthepodcast@gmail.com.
Nice. Great job. Old cartoons on YouTube. This is from Dynamite.
Great.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
So I was looking at Mysterious Cities of Gold videos on YouTube and came across this playlist someone has uploaded. It even has the Karate Kid cartoon series on it. Check it out and see what you think. I'm going to take a walk down memory lane so long as all the videos continue to play. I hate that when you save something and it's like, this video doesn't exist anymore,
Yep.
bud. What are you doing? Catch up you later at Dynamite, and we got a link to the playlist.
Nice.
That's a good one.
commentary on
it.
it.
Ooh, interesting idea.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh.
I like watching YouTube videos of like old TV broadcasts and old shows, but like old commercials and like old news bumpers and like just all the extra shit that was around the TV shows.
Absolutely.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah, we got to do one where we watch old commercials.
That would be great.
That would be.
We should do that.
We could even tier list classic commercials.
We could.
That's different though.
We
could
could
just
react to old commercials.
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds of any of the YouTube
Hit me
things.
with some, fucking Campbell's soup, some fucking, the fucking crackers, man, and doing
Sometimes specifically in the mood for old Christmas commercials.
Oh yes. Those
Santa
are the best.
getting the football phone from Sports Illustrated.
Oh,
fucking tasty, dude.
And then all the, Polar Bear Coca-Cola.
yeah,
and
the Campbell's soup where the kid comes in with the galoshes.
Yep.
Come on.
That's pretty good. I like when they started using football players to sell soup. That always made sense.
Chunky.
Was it chunky? Yeah, it's like, and that's as far as if you're eating canned soup, that's a badass soup.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hellacious can of food. All right, Sidewinder is coming in.
Nice.
Hello from Sidewinder. Greetings, gentlemen.
Hello.
You were discussing weight loss meds last podcast. Wanted to share my 2 cents. I've been on Zepbound, or Tirzepatide since December, and has changed my life.
There's a lot of them, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. If anything, I feel more like myself than I have in a long time. For me, it's like willpower and a weekly injection. Oh, is that part
That's
of
a
it?
little scary to me.
Yeah, I'm not sick enough for my insurance to cover it. I'm just fat, so the cost is really the only downside so far. See, I'm hoping and somehow that I am sick enough that they won't just be like, no, you're just fat.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm hoping for. In other news, I went to the theater to see Thunderbolts for the second time, and with the new Karate Kid movie out, they had a table set up to sign up for karate lessons.
That's awesome.
You too can be a karate kid. Wax on, wax off. Peace out, Sidewinder. Jeremy, I'm showing you little pictures, a little table.
Yeah, that's actually a really smart idea.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Was Jackie Chan at the
thanks
table?
for that information, though.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I really hope that happens. My doctor keeps dodging me, bro. I've never been canceled on so many times in a row by a doctor.
Totally, that's nuts.
But I'm like, yeah, I guess you are busy or whatever. You're a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's like twice in a row. And
you
then
gotta
one,
respect
I was
the
like,
appointment at a certain point.
I'm like, all right, well, all right, I guess I'll just take the one for next week. And they're like, well, he has a procedure. I'm like, what? What? Who's doing his? Is he doing it?
Whoever's doing his, I want him to be my doctor then.
Is he doing a solo, maybe?
The doctor of the doctor must be the best doctor.
Yeah, doctor, yeah.
Doctor who?
Come on, dog. Jeepers crow. All right. Here we go. Dude, Raptor's back there, dude.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. Remember, we heard of his interesting tales of the getting up to date. Sup? Hey, bros.
What's up, dude?
Jeremy, I'm so excited for you. Congrats on passing cardiac rehab.
Thank you. I'm very strong now.
Yep, big strong
I'll never
boy.
be sick again.
Never. That's awesome that you lost a few inches and some weight. Super proud of you.
Thank you.
So sorry to backtrack here. Yeah, I'm not stoked on my whole mom situation. You remember this previously on Ketchup
Remarried?
in the living room? Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty quickly after
Dad died.
the father had passed.
Okay.
Not cool. And then, yeah. I'm just happy she's out of my hair in another state. Like, for real, they were 3 months shy of being married for 50 years, and 6 months later, you marry another dude? Try to retcon him into your life?
Yeah, that is fucked up.
For real, seems like some WandaVision shit, but it's real life. Also, the fucked up thing is, dude has some of my dad's clothes. That is fucked. And it's like basic shit, like
weird.
$5 Target, Old Navy shirts, stuff like that. Like, what the fuck? Can you not afford your own clothes? That shit's fucked, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that my dad can't use it anymore, obviously. But come on, man. I mean, we donated his stuff. But again, what the fuck? That's just not normal. Well, in my opinion. Yeah, man. I'm
agreeing with that.
Yeah, man.
Like, that guy was like, oh, he checked up with your mom or whatever, and then he just opened the drawer and he's like, well, I don't have any cool shirts here.
Yeah, these shirts good to go.
The shirt, yeah, it's clean.
Dude. How dare
Yeah, not
dude.
cool.
Takes your mom, then he takes your dad's shirts, dude?
Yeah,
This guy think he is, bro.
Yeah, I would say.
But at least they're out of your friggin' hair.
Yeah, at least they're out of your hair.
You know?
That's extreme behavior.
Anyways, I won't bring up the whole Memorial Day barbecue.
Did I say this last time that if my mom had remarried like 6 months after my dad died, I wouldn't give a shit?
Yeah, everybody's scenario is different.
Okay, yeah.
I was trying to think of how would I feel in that situation. Yeah. I could probably live with that.
It depends on
I
how
don't know,
close
is he
you are to
cool,
your
dude?
dad. Yeah. What if he's a fucking dork?
Yeah, I mean, I really like my dad. I'm fairly close with my dad.
Yeah, you're wicked close to your dad.
Yeah, but my mom's like my best friend, though. So I'm like probably not like this guy and be like, hey, bro, that's my mom. Oh, no, I'd be weird about it. I can see what's happening already. I'm an only child, dude.
Yeah,
what do you want from me? No, I'm
totally.
going to sabotage that guy like a whole fucking movie. I'm going to fucking Home Alone his ass. That's what I'm going to do.
Pouring paint on him.
Yeah. Anyways, I won't bring up the whole Memorial Day barbecue, but I'm not sure where I fall.
Is it the cheeseburger versus hamburger argument you
well,
don't want to get into?
Yeah, grills also. But I'm not sure where I fall in the tiers. I have a gas grill, but it was my dad's, but it was a retirement gift. So, I mean, neither of us paid for it. We both had been charcoal people. That's good. You came from charcoal people, though, so you worked your way up.
That's good.
But it's nice to use. I've attached pics of a fire pit I built in my yard. It's the best in the summer. Yeah, dude, you're not going to believe
So
it.
he likes the fire pit. So that is S tier.
Bro, you're not going to believe this fire pit. You're going to be like, was this made by the most professional fucking person in the whole time of ever existing?
Wow. What the?
It's beautiful.
That is beautiful. I like these fucking chairs. I call them Cape Cod chairs.
Yeah, I like that. These are some colorful Cape Codders we got going on here. You can't see it, right? Oh no, I'm breaking reality.
I have already broken reality a few times.
Yeah, we busted through reality. You can't contain us. On the topic of movies, there's a theory that Casper the Friendly Ghost is really the ghost of Jeremy?
Richie Rich.
Yes. I think that's kind of an interesting thing. I'm too lazy to find a link right this second. Sorry, I'm lame, but fun to ponder. Yes, I think it's also fun to ponder.
There's a classic Simpsons bit about it.
Oh, is there?
Where Lisa suggests that he took his own life after he realized the vanity of wealth.
Classic Lisa.
Yeah.
That's great. We'll catch up soon. Raptor. Great email.
Nice. Thank you, Raptor. Great to hear from you. Glad you're back in the loop.
He's not done yet, bro. The
Wow.
fucking Raptor's loose. He's escaped the paddock, and he's
I do
on
this.
the prowl, dude. Platinum.
I'm Platinum.
Did you record yet? Is the title of this one. That was June 7th, so just made it.
Just made it.
If not, rant part 2. Sorry, still knocking the rust off of emailing. I only watched the early seasons of Survivor, and there's a link here. I mean, you can look up the full version, but that's how I feel about my mom. Okay, is this going to be one of these?
What is happening?
This better not be one of these clips where if I click on it,
gonna rickroll ya?
some sort of horrendous thing is going to happen.
Oh, yeah, like when...
Somebody put a link in one of their emails, and I just clicked on it, and then
you
it
can say
contains some
the-
inappropriate language from Larry.
Yeah.
Larry David.
Larry David's saying some bad
All
stuff.
right, I'm gonna go. I think I'm attached to the.
Okay.
Or ever pass you along in life again, and you were laying there dying of thirst, I would not give you a drink of water. I would let the vultures take you and do whatever they want with you, with no ill regrets. I plead to the jury tonight to think a little bit about the island that we have been on.
All right, I think it was probably mostly.
Yeah, it was probably the vulture
mostly
part.
first
I think it was all the
Well, there
vultures.
was some parts before the vulture
I
part
missed that. I
that
have my cool
were
headphones
really.
on.
Yeah. That's good. I appreciate
Wow,
that.
dude.
Damn,
Go
dude.
down.
God
I mean, hey,
damn,
I'm
dude.
sorry this
God
happened,
dang,
bro.
dude.
Seems like it's like wrecking you emotionally in some ways.
Shit. Yeah, wouldn't give water and let the snakes eat her. I'd be pretty upset if snakes tried to eat my mom, dude.
Me
I'm
too.
fucking
Make a
scared of
belt out of
snakes,
them.
too. I'd ask Jeremy to help me, but I go after those fucking
Eat them
sons
like
of bitches.
spaghetti with a big fork.
Damn, dude, that's badass. This guy would take a snake out. Anyways, oh, no, come on now, do we? Can we talk about Kanye, dude? We haven't talked about Kanye
Sure.
ever.
Let's talk about Kanye for once.
So I used to like conspiracies before QAnon made any talk of them weird, but I
Agreed.
had heard one that he was replaced.
Kanye was replaced
Yep.
by...
Okay, and look at me. Look. Oh wait, and look at like 2004 to 2006-ish Kanye. You can't tell me this is the same dude. I mean, attitude-wise, style-wise, size-wise, etc. I know all that shit can change. Hell, I have since that time. I have as well. But I feel like someone who knew me then wouldn't be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" if they saw or talked to me now. Dude is just batshit crazy. I heard a leak of his new album. That dude is just off the fucking rails, and it just isn't even the same flow. That's your number one problem, is it's not the same flow.
Didn't you put out a song that was called like Hitler's Good and stuff?
Yeah. Some real bad stuff. Yeah. Same flow as his old stuff. Yeah, I know artists change, but I think you know what I mean. I don't know. Yeah. It must be disappointing if you were a big Kanye fan and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
You can't really be holding it down for
Oh,
Kanye anymore.
no. What's this guy on about? That can't be right.
I'll say this. They have some very, the masks that you can buy as just a consumer are phenomenal, where you can just put a mask on, and so even the ones that they just print on like a sheath, you put them on, and like from kind of far away, they look really good. You know, plus then there's the rubber masks you can put on that look insane.
Now we have a
They
mission.
can put on robots, and that definitely means that there are Mission Impossible masks that like you can't buy as a consumer.
Of course. There has to be,
Definitely
right?
is.
Crazy ass shit.
Uses
And you know what?
AI or something.
Tom Cruise would know about it.
He would know about
He
it.
would.
Yep. He actually invented it for the movie.
Yeah. All right, we got one last email here from the dude. Shout out to the dude.
Party on, brother.
The End of Cobra Kai is the title of this.
Oh.
Interesting. Hey, dude here. Wanted to throw my thoughts about your next thing after you complete Cobra Kai.
Good idea.
I've heard you say you have ideas, but I'm not sure if I've heard anything set in stone yet. So here's my thought. We are a few weeks away from what I'm hoping is DC being the new MCU. I'm optimistic that Superman is going to be great and Gunn is the man for the job. I think you two jabronis have the skill and know-how to talk about the DCU or whatever they are calling it. It's possible we have a decade or more of awesome DC content coming, TV shows and movies. That's it. Later, the dude, that's a great suggestion.
You're fucking right. You're right about that.
I mean, there's a lot of, it's funny. We're like, we've got a plan. We know we have a plan. There's a plan. I assure you there's a plan. But if I had to say specifically what that plan is, I'm not sure.
For now, the plan is like, well, we're not going to stop.
No. And, well, I guess the plan we were just talking about earlier, I mean, while we're spitting, that's what Ketchup's about.
Yep.
That's where you get the deepest scoops. Just trying to continue making some sort of Cobra Kai content for a while at least, really milk that sucker.
Kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But definitely some retrospectives. I mean, it'd be silly to not go and look back at the season after so thoroughly going
to look back at the whole series,
Yeah.
like have an episode where it's like now we play the games for the series.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big one, the
Yeah.
mega games.
That'll be the one right after the last episode.
It's like this,
but of course, I mean, we're always watching random movies over there too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we'll try to get back into that vein a little bit.
But you're not wrong about the Superman thing. I mean,
Man,
we crank out that content. We'll fucking podcast about it. We love that shit.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time talking about this sort of stuff we talked about earlier regarding DC Comics.
The new Absolute Bane looks pretty large.
I saw panels, dude.
No, because we're going to get it in the mail, so I just want to look at it when that comes.
Dude. Oh, man. All right. We'll talk about it later. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's very big. You saw him.
He's bigger than Batman. Who's big?
Yeah.
Who's bigger than other Batman?
Interesting stuff. That's a great suggestion. I love the DC. All right. That is all of the emails.
That's it.
So we're going to get out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, dude.
Yeah. Go to the
thank
Patreon.
Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? Forget the Patreon. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But also patreon.com/CobraCast.